Welcome to the Clarington Chronicle Podcast. I'm your host, Mark Stanish. This is podcast episode number 77 for Thursday, March 9th, 2017. Glad to have you join me. In this podcast, I'm going to take a look at some March break activities in Clarington. Okay, so I hope everybody had a fantastic week. It does seem like it's a bit of a long haul to the weekend, I think, this week. But that's probably because a few weeks ago we had the Family Day holiday. So the week before we were looking forward to the long weekend, and then we had a short week. So now we're kind of in the long haul to Easter. So to me, it just seemed like a long week. The good news is that it does seem to be getting a whole lot brighter in the morning. It's definitely not as dark when I leave for work in the morning, but I definitely noticed the increased brightness that's occurring around us. And this Sunday, so Saturday night going into Sunday at 2 a.m., we're going to spring forward. So remember that, and to set your clocks accordingly. We are going to lose an hour of sleep, but the good news is that we're going to get it's going to seem like a little bit more daylight. So I think that's a good development, and I'm looking forward to that as well. So it's kind of an interesting development this week. So I've only got one news item for you this week, and something that I wanted to bring to your attention. So Durham Region Transit is going to be holding public information centers all across the region. So there is one that's going to be held here in Clarington, and we're of course part of Durham, and I think there's some exciting things going on with regional transit. But of course the big thing is going to be the GO, which is Metrolinx. But I think if you're interested in transit issues and you want to know what's going on the buses in your area and the frequency, and you want to make your voice heard, this is a good opportunity. So this article was, I got it online at durhamregion.com, and it says here, Durham Region Transit will hold its annual public information centers across Durham Region in March and April. Residents can provide input on the 2018 service plan, as well as discuss the 2017 improvements, including the high-frequency network, new Saturday service in the north, and a new service to growth areas. Service changes align with the DRT's 5-year and rural north service strategies, which can be viewed online. You just go to durhamregiontransit.com or in person at these information centers. So the one for Clarington is going to be held on Thursday, March 23rd from 1:30 to 3:30 p.m. and from 6 to 8 p.m. At the Bowmanville Mall at 243 King Street East, again in Bowmanville. So if you're interested in those transit issues, this is a really good opportunity for you to make your voice heard, and also to find out sort of what's rolling down the road on your buses coming up in the next year, a couple of years. And I think it's also a good opportunity for us to make our voices heard, that we want more integration between the GO and the regional transit, because that only benefits everybody. There's one taxpayer at the end of the day, and I think it's important for us to all make our voices heard at these kind of occasions. So on to the main topic, which is going to be on the March break. So you may have children, and you may be interested in what sort of things you can do in Clarington for your children, and this episode really is for you. So there's a March break camp at the Clarington Museums, and so I found this ad on their website, and it says, make it a March break to remember with a fun-filled discovery of local history. And this is going to be going on from March 13 to 17, and they're billing it as Hand-On History. It says create a heritage minute for Clarington. So I just as a digression here, I'm sure many of us are familiar with these heritage minutes that were from our youth, where we did there was the Mountie, and there was all these little skits that they did that educated us on Canada. And I understand they're very popular now. Like I have many people asking me about them, and I think they're currently kind of en vogue and making a bit of a comeback. But anyway, so you're going to make a heritage minute for Clarington. You're going to unearth secret artifacts. You're going to play Pioneer Survivor, and you're going to make your own treasure, and so much more. So registration is limited, so you have very little time now, so I'd advise you to register as soon as you can. Hopefully they can squeeze you in. So that does start on the 13th, on March 13th. So you can call 905-623-2734. So also I'll include a link, so you can go straight to the link at claringtonmuseums.com. The cost is $40 per child per day, or $175 for the whole week. So if you're interested in Clarington and Clarington history, I'm very interested in history. There's also a Curtis Vintage History page that I'm building and have helped to create there. So if you're interested in Curtis history, you can get that. But also ClaringtonMuseums.com has a cool event for the March break. The other one I wanted to mention was OPG. Ontario Power Generation also has March Break Madness 2017, and they've been doing this program for many years. So they have a number of items. I'll include links, and this is brought to you by OPG's Pickering and Darlington nuclear stations. So they have a bunch there. So if you happen to, for whatever reason, want to go to the Pickering one, you can. But there is one here in Clarington. So what they're doing is having a whole bunch of events all across the community. The one in Clarington is actually kind of it's full. You could probably try calling, but I'm not sure if they can squeeze you in. But there was one for the Monday here at the Darlington Nuclear Information Center where they did a Springwater surprise, but it does say it's full. Please join next year. But you never know, you might be able to get in, and you'd be able to join staff from Ganaraska Region Conservation Authority to learn about springwater safety through cool science experiments and fun activities. So give them a call, give it a shot if you're really interested in that one. But there are other ones. There's Kid Safety Village. There's also a community skate, which is going to be at here in Curtis at the South Curtis Arena. That's in Clarington, and it's going to be from 9:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. on Wednesday, March 15th. So you can gather your skates, helmet, family, and friends. Skating is fun for everyone. It's going to be on Pad A, Learners Skate, and Pad B is going to be a general public skate. So again, that's on the Wednesday, March 15th. You can go to a community skate from 9:30 a.m. to 1:30 p.m. at the South Curtis Arena. And so there's a number of events there. I'll include the link. You can check it out, see what you're interested in there. But there are several ones that you can join here. Now, the next March break event that I'd like to bring to your attention is the one from the Clarington Public Library. So they're also participating, and they have what they're billing as Madcap March Break. And here's their little blurb here. Go Madcap this March break. Go on a Paw Patrol parade. Listen to some bear tales. Attend the Beauty and the Beast Ball. Indulge in some construction chaos. Visit the Maker Market and escape the library breakout. So that's going on those panic rooms, which are really neat, which I want to let you know about in a upcoming episode. But they do have a flyer that you can download, and they have a number of age groups here. There's everything from ages 4 to 6, where that's the Beauty and the Beast Ball, which is in Bowmanville, Bear Tales in Newcastle and Curtis. There's also the 7 to 9 age group, and I like how they break it up a little bit, because sometimes the older kids want to be sort of more challenged, and sometimes the younger kids want to have stuff that's fun too, but not overly challenging. So I'm glad they broke it up like that. There's also an ages 10 plus. There's also a family all ages, where there's a visit by Sharon Jennings. It's an author visit at the Curtis branch. That's on the Friday, March 10th at 10:30 a.m. And she's the award-winning author of Bear Cub and Mama and many of the Franklin books. So she's going to be in Curtis. So if you're interested in that, then please join in. There's also a movie night on Wednesday, March 15th at 6 p.m. It's a bring your own chair event, and pretend it's summer, bring your lawn chair and relax while catching a movie. If you try hard enough, you might even hear the crickets. So it's kind of interesting. So if you're interested in that, there's a bunch of events, and I'll include a link to the Clarington Public Library as well. So finally, I want to bring to you the Visual Arts Center of Clarington. So they're having a March Break Camp 2017. You can register for individual days or the whole week for fun-filled and artist-instructed adventures in art. So generally, these are $80 per day for non-members. So it's a great opportunity for you to pick up a membership. I picked up a membership at the Visual Arts Center last week, and very much enjoying it. And then it's $215 per week for members. So it's definitely a great opportunity to do that. They do have extended hours as well, $10 per day. They're extending their supervision for an additional hour in the morning from 8 a.m. to 9 a.m. and 1 hour in the afternoon from 4 p.m. to 5 p.m. To facilitate drop off and pick up for the kids. So they're sold out of the clay one, which was on the Wednesday, but they still have space available for the Monday one, which is mixed media and photo transfer. Art Chill for the Tuesday, which is aspiring artists will take the chill out of winter as they explore a variety of art making techniques and materials, including cartooning, painting, drawing, printmaking, 2 and 3D design, and mixed media. Then again, as I said, the pottery on the Wednesday sold out. On Thursday, they have mixed media sculpture. And on the Friday, they have printmaking. Students will be introduced to the basic techniques of printmaking to create unique pieces of art. So that's all of those are very interesting. So if you're interested in art, you can try out March Break there for the children at the Visual Arts Center. Question of the podcast: do you or your family do anything special for March Break? Do you or your family do anything special for March Break? And that's it for episode number 77 of the Clarington Chronicle Podcast. If you'd like to comment on the podcast or have an idea for an upcoming episode, please email me at claringtonchronicle@gmail.com. And you can find this podcast on Twitter at Clarington Chron or on one of the Facebook pages dedicated to Clarington or communities within Clarington, or on my website, markstanish.com. You can subscribe for free on iTunes or Android and get instant updates when a new podcast is uploaded. Thank you for listening.